Well, this week is CinemaCon, and Sony Pictures showed up in full force. So where is our Spider-Man 4 update? Well, let's take a couple minutes to talk about what was said about Spider-Man 4 at CinemaCon and why Sony didn't bring anything to the table right now. Well, we know No Way Home left Peter Parker pretty much returning to his comic book roots, with all of his friends forgetting who he is and him fully out on his own facing the menaces that attack New York. Now, all of us are wondering where is Spider-Man 4, and we were hoping for some news at CinemaCon. But Sony not only didn't give Spider-Man the spotlight that went to Kraven the Hunter, we actually didn't get any updates at all. And this is leaving fans asking a lot of questions. Now, we did actually get a small update from Big Screen Leaks. And like we always say, we want to take it with a grain of salt, because if it's not from Sony, or even Marvel Studios in this case, we need to be fully transparent. But what they had to say seemed to make a lot of sense given what's going on. They actually revealed that Sony didn't bring Spider-Man to this convention because, quote, not enough in development to warrant being showcased. Now, this makes a lot of sense, because it's still too early to even talk about release dates for this project, and more than likely we'll see Spider-Man again in Kang Dynasty, where there are rumors Tom Holland will be one of the primary characters in that project, and it will be the film that leads him into his next solo film. That same source of information did go on to say, though, that Tom, Zendaya, and John Watts will all be returning, and that the biggest obstacle right now is figuring out how to work around Tom and Zendaya's busy schedules. Now, if you follow all these celebrities, you know their schedule is absolutely packed. And John Watts wanted a bit of a break from superhero projects. He actually dropped out of the Fantastic Four, so I don't think any of them are in a rush to jump back into costume. Now, the fact that they are bringing all these characters back, and I assume Ned, it really does suggest it won't be long before she remembers Peter, or at least her feelings for Peter, in the upcoming sequel. There's absolutely no way Sony is not pursuing this project with everything that they have. Spider-Man No Way Home was Sony's biggest box office project ever in the history of the studio, and you know they want to follow this up as soon as possible. We also know that Marvel and Sony have worked out a lot of the details moving forward, and there are multiple reports that Tom Holland has indeed re-signed to play the Wallcrawler, meaning all the pieces are in place, and the quote from the insider that it's figuring out schedules seems to make a lot of sense to me. Now, like I said, I expect to see Spider-Man again in Kang Dynasty, but we probably shouldn't count out a cameo in another project before that happens. If he shows up in something like Daredevil, we're gonna have to wait and see.